Hello and welcome to our new episode of the podcast Way Out of Childhood Trauma. It's our episode 11. And I'm Barb from Trauma Responsive Programming. And here with me is Daniela Mada from Mind Freedom Therapy. Welcome, Lela.
Hi, Barb. Thank you. It's an honor to be on your podcast again, and happy that today with our topic we are going to help so many people, because I think that pain and chronic pain are very important from the perspective of mental health. And we feel pain from the moment of conception. We feel the pain of our mother. We feel all of her emotions. So throughout our life, pain is something that is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And there are many therapies that can help people to manage their pain, because pain has its own anatomy, emotional anatomy, and can go from your mind to your body, because mind and body have this amazing connection that can never be um, can never be can you help me?
Like fully understand, is it? Because there is so many influences between that, so it's sometimes very hard to understand how it's all working, but we're getting knowledge about that, and that's really important.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely right. The pain is so important, and I know lately a lot of people becoming almost like angry that they are refused to being given painkillers by doctors and told that they should find different ways. And because people really start to believe that pain is really something medical, which needs to be diagnosed and needs to be medicated. So only just kind of suppressing it and not really looking what are these reasons why we have the pain, what is actually a role of the pain in our lives.
And the fact is that pain in our life isn't the problem. It is actually the signpost that points you in the direction of the problem. So pain sensations are expressed through a special sensory nerve pathway called nociceptors. And when you experience something painful, which is called noxious stimulation, these special nerves send a signal through your spinal cord up to your brain, and then the brain detects the noxious and generates an emotional or behavioral response. Responses like crying, or grabbing the area of the pain, or shifting your weight to lessen the pain. And I have seen that with so many clients. If you can decrease their anxiety, depression, stress, their sleep problems, and improve the quality of their sleep, then you can also get the pain levels down to 2 or 3 points, and on the pain scale, so that life can become more manageable. Because the sleep component is very important, and because the lack of sleep has to do with anxiety and depression and stress. But we can get clients to get on a good schedule of sleeping and have this sleeping routine that is one of the probably biggest things that we can try to do to help them. Because when they have regular sleep cycle, they can also decrease their levels of stress. But other thing that is also very important is that they get enough rest, and mindfulness is also important. Trying to get clients' brains to slow down is also very important when it comes to thinking about anxiety, because depression is always about our thoughts being trapped in the past in the past experiences. And anxiety is always about the future, the fear of future, what the future holds. So there is a link, the relationship between pain and depression. And you can think of it as bidirectional meaning because each entity influences the other. Pain worsens or can even cause depression, and depression worsens the pain tolerance. And the worsening of your pain is not just your perception because you feel down. Depression increases your sensitivity to pain. You cannot tolerate the pain anymore. And you ask yourself, when will I get better? What if I don't get better? What if I get worse? And when will this pain stop? So if your pain doesn't stop after 3 months, then it means that you now have chronic pain. So if you are depressed, you will probably feel pain more intensively because this is related to what we call the somatization of depression or the tendency to feel depression in your body. Depression can affect you physically, even if you don't have any pain problems, because when you get depressed, you get to be more sensitive, and your body sensations are more sensitive, and everything you experience, every negative experience, you feel it more intensified, and can have a complaint of joint pain or headaches or dizziness or fibromyalgia or migraines, and you may feel bloated as well or constipated, and it's not because you're depressed that you have these problems, it's because you neglect yourself, you neglect your fluid intake, and because when you get depressed, you neglect yourself, and then you have slower moving bowels. And then your mental state magnifies the intensity of this experience.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's you explain it so well. So it's people can see it in the relationship, like with their anxiety, with their depression, with their symptoms of PTSD, that sensitivity is heightened, and any pain it's like feel more. But also important it's that things which are now very well researched, and it's actually not new research, it's started, it's already in 40s last century, so some of them even in 20s, so some of that research is already 100 years old. So that's not really novelty for us to realize that if the doctor's saying that your pain is psychosomatic, it doesn't mean you are crazy. And some people like, so, but don't tell me I am crazy, you know, don't tell me that I don't have pain. And they say, we don't telling you that you don't have pain, we just telling you that your pain is not caused by some virus, bacteria, or injury. So, and that's actually, unfortunately, like the biggest source of the pain in current world is that pain which is caused by our mental state. Yeah, and it's about how it's beautifully described in the book Body Keep the Score. All traumatic events affecting our body and development of our body, are suppressed emotion are stored in the body, and they're not supposed to be there, is it? So body trying to do something with that, and the one of the way how it start manifesting is the pain. It's autoimmune disorders, and it's a pain in the joints or muscles, or recurring inflammations, and it's very important to be willing to work with that, be willing to look at that, and that's unfortunately a lot of people still don't understand this relation. It's called quantum healing, and that relation between our mindset and our body and the deepness and that level of it, it's still a lot of people don't understand. They still kind of feel that they need to get some medication for it, or they need some painkillers, or they should have some surgery, but that's not really helping. But I'm I did help myself because I really started this journey because of extreme pain I had. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome when I was 17 years old, and they said, like, you're not supposed to have this situation when you are so young. Even like it's usually like people between 30 40s have this. But when I start looking at that, I said, like, I cannot live like this. I have to do something with that. I cannot be my achievement of the day going to the toilet. And then what brought me on even on this journey, finding how the mind influencing the body and how we can help ourselves or others when we start understanding the reasons behind the pain, that the pain is messenger. The pain is messengers from the mind telling us something is wrong. You need to change something. It's not right how you saying. And it's not that you are crazy. It's not that your reasons are not logical, but they are logical in some point of view. As the child, which will start to be afraid and not expressing themselves and get to the freeze mode and totally suppress their anger, then that freeze, that stuckiness, that tension starts creating the pain in the body. We would have it even in athletes would say, like, if you're running the marathon, after marathon you feel tired and your muscles will be painful. And if somebody keep running from situations because of mental awareness of danger for them, the muscles reacting the same way. They get tired and they get painful. So it's really important to start understanding that pain can be helped with mental therapy. And for many people, it's still not like they don't understand how it's linked. And I asked one person if he was willing as proof to do with me the therapy for fibromyalgia. And she said, okay, I want to try because it's really really hard. I will give it a try. And she was so surprised. She was so surprised that after 3 months we worked together, she was without flare-ups. She wasn't tired. She has no pain. And she's a completely different person than she was before. She's happy. She's moving. She's doing her thing. She's writing the book. And I think that was very brave of her to look on the past, which was very hard, very traumatized person since childhood through adulthood. And I'm not surprised that she had so many physical pain because she had so much emotional pain. And it's about that pain, that weight of emotional pain has to show up somewhere. And that emotional pain will show up as the physical pain. And so that link between being depressed, we have anxiety, and have the pain, that it is there and it's very strong.
Yes, it's like the pain is saying all the time, see me, look at me, I'm here. And the pain really can stay for so long in our emotional body. And after some time, it can become a illness because there is a somatic component where you have body manifestations of the pain. So let's say if you have a back injury or some other source of pain like arthritis, if you also have depression, it will make you more sensitive to the pain, such that you will experience pain longer and you may not respond to your regular doses of medicine the way you should respond. Um, so the relationship between pain and depression is also the relationship with chronic pain, because this is unresolved pain. If you have pain that you haven't resolved in a longer time, then you will have physical manifestations. So sensation of pain that comes from somewhere, someplace in your body. It can be from everywhere in your body, but this sensation of pain gets interpreted in your brain, and then the brain produces an emotional response. And the place in the brain where this decoding of pain information take place is close to the areas of your brain for mood regulation. So you can imagine that the injury pathways, and imagine how easy what is going on the injury area, it gets spilled over the mood area, and vice versa. It is very close connection. So a proposed process for this is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is defined as the ability of the brain to form and reorganize synaptic connections, especially in the process of learning, experience, or following an injury. So you can also think of pain or depression as injury states, because injury states are associated with looser connections and poor communications between the cells. But not everyone with chronic pain will get depression as mental illness, as a condition. You can feel, if you have chronic pain, you can feel discouraged. You can feel low. You can feel that this pain will never end, but that doesn't mean that you will be depressed. So I think one of the hardest components of people with chronic pain is when you complain to someone, when you tell somebody how you feel, and people say to you, well, your pain is ridiculous, it is something in your head. And sometimes it is very surprising when doctors say to their patients, oh, this is all in your head, everything is okay with you, there is nothing wrong with you. Because doctors are there to help you, to listen to you, and when they're dismissive, it really hurts you, because your pain wants attention and wants to be validated, just like every emotion wants to be validated. If you don't express healthy anger, and if you just keep it inside, it come back in ugly ways. It will become pain, or it will become rage. And because it wants to be seen, it's saying, I'm here in your heart, I'm in your head, I'm trying to be noticed, notice me. And I have worked with one lady that was using morphine, and she was feeling a lot of pain her entire life, because when she was 11 years old, she has experienced the loss of her parents in car accident, but also she lost her leg. So she lost a body part, and she felt a lot of physical pain. She was in a coma, and she never grieved the loss of her both parents in this accident. And throughout her entire life, she had so much emotional pain and grief and sadness, and this unexpressed grief, grief over losing your loved ones, your caregivers, losing your body part. It's so complicated, and over time it became more complicated, and created a lot of health issues for her. So it is very important to get the help you need, because if you start asking yourself, what if I get worse? When will I get better? What if I never get better? What if this condition never ends? Or what if there is no help for me? If you're asking yourself these questions, you should probably start looking for professional help.
I think that you very well said that what doctor's saying, there's nothing wrong with your body in the way of they measure as the Western medicine, that it's all in your head. They are actually right. Is it? Of course, it's very insensitive way they telling the people, but they are right about that pain which is manifested is really not always on something which can be dealt in medication or something like that. But unfortunately, people still don't have access or information about that they can be helped. That, for example, with me, when we're working with RTT, rapid transformational therapy, it's the one of the things we do. We helping people with the pain, exactly when it's the source of the pain is emotional pain from childhood, from accident, and you can see it, and it's very well actually documented with from the recovery centers of people with the injuries, and or your example of people with the lost limbs, that attitude and beliefs and mental state is that actually critical thing for them, for recovery, for what will be quality of their lives. And they very well know that working with people with their beliefs, with the process that was happen, the grieving process, it's that part when it's necessary for them today. And they would say, like, somebody had some injury and they are much worse off than somebody who has much harder injury and maybe has the more physical damage, and they are better off because they believe, they keep going, they not give up on the life, they process that feelings of loss, they process that feeling of change and accept that change, and adapt their life for the different world, then compared to those who hold on that past and hold on what they lost. So it's you're absolutely right that it's insensitive the way how the doctor's telling them, and the pain of people is real, but it's also important to what I want to say is that if listen to us, anybody who has the pain and chronic pain, or don't know where it's coming from, or it's not getting better, reach for help. We have, both of us, many clients which help with the pain. I had a lady which had a really severe back pain that's stopping her from walking, and just after one session it was gone, because it was something what was stuck there from the past and tried to remind her or something. Very often the pain is a reminder of something what we trying to suppress or forgot, or we didn't process, and it can be released and can be gone, just can be absolutely. Body has so powerful recovery function. And sometimes people ask me, like, how it is possible the pain is there because the nerves are squashed or something. It's like, yeah, but the body has so enormous, like, a recovery function. Is it like when we take that you have broken bone, yeah, in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it will be totally rebuilt, and you will watch how they're building up the new connections, and the stem cells will change to the bone cells, and will all these name of the fibers which will get there, and the organs will start producing the thing which needs to be for, calcium will be taken from the bloodstream, everything. So that power of body to be able to rebuild, also need to be rebuilt. It's amazing. So yeah, maybe we can speak about that it's on, like, physical level. We have somewhere some squashed nerve, or some hardening of the nerve covers, like with multiple sclerosis, stuff like that. But doesn't mean that it's forever. Yeah, we can actually ask the mind to change the orders, and go a different way, and do it. And I really love it's a cartoon series for children made in France in a few decades back. This is the life, and it's explaining for children how this working, how the cells changing, how they connecting, how they repairing things, and exactly how the commands for doing that coming from the brain, like the little messengers running there with the little leaflets, like, here it's information, do this, and how it's the working if they messed up and running somewhere else or something like that. But it's about that. If we give the mind the right order to rebuild that disc in the spine, we rebuild that joint cartilage, we rebuild that tendons, we rebuild that vascular structures, stuff like that. The body is absolutely capable to do so. Yeah. And when we do, then pain is gone, because that pain is that messenger running or not be able to run on that nerves. And when we say like, yeah, I do hear you, I know what you want, I know what you're calling for, I giving you to, he can stop running. He was hurt. Yeah. So I want to people encourage to give it a try and reach for the therapist who working with the pain, because I know that it still seems very science fiction for many people. And I heard all these reactions. So if you have them, it's fine. I have probably had all of them. But it's proven. It's many research behind that. It's from last literally century. There is so much research about Deepak Chopra, by Jose Silva, by Rudi Kaldake, by Gabor Mate, but like there is a wide range of researches about linked between mindset and body, about how the body managing. So pain is the one of these parts which can be helped, which can be changed, which we don't have to live in the pain forever. We don't have to learn to live with the pain.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes people like us, therapists, can be trained to lower their anxiety, so that when our brain goes into the fear response, we can be trained to say, I'm fine, I'm okay, that there is no real danger, this is all imaginary danger. But the body can say the opposite. The body can say, no, you're not okay. So we have to listen to our body. And the biggest enemies of the chronic pain are fear, worry, and stress. So the anxiety comes from because we don't want to duplicate the negative, painful, traumatic experiences from our past. And we fear that we're never going to be safe in the world. But depression comes from things that usually have happened before in our past, and we have unresolved trauma, unresolved pain. And that's why sometimes the doctors or the official medicine cannot find the cause of your physical pain. It's embodied, it's somewhere in some organ, in some system of your body, but they cannot detect what is the cause. So sometimes when I have clients with chronic pains as a presenting issue, I also spend time explaining them that when they have anxiety, when they have fears and worries, it is very important to practice mindfulness daily, because this is, in a way, a for a nervous system. And also, I wanted to say that it is very important to teach our clients that they don't say that the pain is mine. They don't say my pain. They should say the pain, because this is the neutral way of speaking about the pain. Because when you say it's my pain, my old pain, it becomes something that you own, and you never want to lose something that you own. Your brain doesn't love losing something that is part of you or your identity, a part of your body. That's why people also have problems with losing weight and weight management, because they don't, the brain doesn't like this command losing something. And when you do have the combination of pain and depression, or pain and anxiety, you have different approaches for both. So you have to treat both problems. So cognitive behavioral therapy is good when it's targeted on the pain management or depression. Hypnotherapy is an amazing to a specialized therapy where a therapist gets you into trance-like state and then speaks positive suggestions about your pain and that you internalize and act on. And this all happens in alpha brain wave. So you're trying to say that this is the pain, and in hypnotherapy, hypnotherapist will help you to access the root cause from the subconscious level of your mind. But also very effective is self-hypnosis, and you can easily learn self-hypnosis. But there is an amazing therapy called rapid transformational therapy, and it is helping you reframe your thoughts around your pain, the meaning, the interpretation, the pictures you have created about this pain in your mind, and you can easily eliminate them in a rapid transformational therapy session. And you can also eliminate the cause, the root of the pain. And you will also get the transformational audio recording, which is remarkable because it can give commands to your subconscious mind to start releasing the pain from every part of your body, but also from your mind, from your heart, because one of the most powerful things we can do with our mind is to let go of our past, let go of our pain. And also this recording will give you great coping skills to work with this pain management and decrease the pain levels from 10 to 8, then from 8 to 5, and to lessen and decrease the pain levels throughout the time, and having regular sessions. Getting help regularly is also very important because many of our clients get the help and they feel amazing, they feel better, and then they stop coming for their session, which is not good for their recovery, right, Barb?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Like we know that it's very powerful and it's working, but it's usually we need more than one session if somebody have the really chronic pain. If they have like one-off pain or like particular area, the pain, that's quite often can be resolved with just the one session or 1 month of kind of treatment. But if somebody have the chronic pain, then we would find more often that it's related to the childhood trauma. It's why we put it as the topic of our today's episode on the podcast, the weight of childhood trauma, because the pain is one of the often symptoms of people with the childhood trauma. So then it's needed more sessions, and it's really about to believe that there is available life without pain. And that's sometimes that the hardest part people need to overcome, that believe that they do deserve and they can, and it's available for them, the life without pain, that it's not something they need to accept to have pain. Because a lot of people have this like, oh, I'm getting older, that's normal, have the pain, or I had the children, it's normal, have the pain, or I had the injury, so it's normal, have the pain. It's not normal to have the pain in any age. So yeah, when we get older, very often we have the more what we didn't process. But you would find a lot of people which are in old age and they don't have any pain. You know, like here, I'm living in Scotland, I'm living in the rural area, and actually in our village, there are like a lot of people going 100, 103, 104, and that's not a very uncommon age to go on. And these lady and guys, you see them keep walking around, going for like 3 miles walk.
Wow.
Like working on the garden. They kind of never slow down and stuff like that. And
That's
when you
amazing.
speak with them, they have very positive outcome of the life, and they just believe that they deserve to have the good life and enjoy the life. They are probably one of the last people who remember the war, second war, and so they so value the life, and they just believe that life is great and life is amazing, that they don't have any pain. They manage to process all that what happened to them and their families and their children and their, and they just enjoying the life, and that's great motivation for me to work with people with pain, because as I said, I went personally through a lot of pain, so I know how people feel, and I know that sometimes almost easier to start believe like, oh, it cannot get better, just give me some pills. But the pills never function long term, they never solve the issue. It will keep coming back. It's kind of taking edge off. It's not like fully off. So get to that state when you don't have pain, when you can just be yourself, when pain is not something which limits you from activities you like, because very often pain is the reason why people not exercise, not dance, not socialize, not going to cinema, not going to out with friends, because so it's kind of way of isolation. So again, we all deserve to be with other people, be connected, and do what we enjoy to do. And the pain not necessarily has to stop us from it. So it is available, and I'm really glad that we was able to speak about this on this episode, because as we always saying, we're doing this to bring the hope to the people. And I think that's really important for people who suffer with pain, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, or other autoimmune diseases, that there is hope. There is hope that even if it sounds now strange for you, maybe you hear it first time or you don't understand it fully, there is direct link between our mindset and our how it's manifesting in the body as the pain. And when we change the mindset, when we change that what's happened in the past, when we process it, when we reprogram it, the pain can be gone. And there is the truly thousands of people around the world which can wow for it, which went through it and get off the pain. I am one of them, but I help many, and I know many which went through it. There is plenty of books and researches. So if you want to learn more about that, go and do it and look for quantum healing or body and mind thing, or holistic medicine and stuff like that. So you can find a lot of information about that also now. So that's something which now even some universities already start teaching in the medical profession. And it's a true be told reason, like for example in UK was now giving like directive about lowering the pain medication described to the people, because they're not working, they're not solving the issues, and they know that the solution is somewhere else. Yeah. So what will be your last advice to people with the pain? What do you would recommend them?
Yeah. Well, I would love to say that pain is absolutely natural. It's absolutely natural to feel pain, but it's not normal. And as a society, we tend to normalize things that we cannot explain, and we create some kind of myth around pain. But it is really something that is not normal, and if it's not normal, it's not acceptable. So you have to do something about that pain. And I think that there is a lot of pain in us from prenatal period of our life before we were even born. So there is a lot of old pain in all of us. And I've witnessed that in my sessions with my clients when they had memories when they were in the womb and they felt unsafe. They felt that they shouldn't be born, or they felt unwanted and maybe life threatened. So I think that I always love acronyms, and I remember that I've read something amazing about pain, and it says, pay attention inwards now. So pay attention inwards now. That's what is pain trying to tell you, and it's inviting you to go inside of your oldest memories, and your subconscious mind is a great a library of all your experiences and definitely find out the root cause of your pain if you use the non-medication options. And we mentioned many of them, many of the treatments that will really help you to resolve this pain and trauma, because medications can help you temporarily, but they will always mask pain, and you will feel the relief for a moment, but not permanently. So just like you said, Barb, hope. There is hope. Pain can end, but we have to be the participants of our own healing process.
I really love that. I have to remember that paying attention inwards now. That's amazing description of the pain. Absolutely.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, agree.
So thank you very much for
Barb.
being here with us. And I think that if anybody have any question on us, please contact us on our website on Podbean, or you can leave the comment wherever you listen to our podcast, if it's on the YouTube or on Spotify, Google Podcast, Podbean, iHeartRadio, or if you can contact us on the Facebook. You will find me as the Barb Markova or Daniela Mrdak, and we would like to hear from you. And if you have any questions or topic you would want us to speak about, or you would want to ask us some question, we would leave the message and we would happily speak on that topic. So see you next time. Bye from now.
Bye.